Welcome to another edition of Corso and Cole. I'm Brad Woznicki, joined alongside by Tom Cole, and stepping in for Frank Corso today, we have Mike Carroll, and this is a rare vacation for Frank Corso, right, Tom?
You know, Corso, Dr. Wazzy, he works maybe as much as a diamond cutter. Tom Brady's backup. He's a mailman at Christmas. I think what we're going to do with Corso is we're going to call him the artist formerly known as Corso, and as he keeps not showing up, we'll drop a letter from his name up there. So next week, the E goes, and then eventually the O goes, and all we're going to have up there is a symbol of maybe a hoagie, and then the graphic. So, Frank, another vacation. I hope you can hold up.
Looking forward to Frank's response next week. And with that, we will get the show started with the AFC Championship game. In the fourth quarter, Jacksonville had a 20-10 advantage. Then Tom Brady twice to Danny Amendola, and the Patriots would go on to win 24-20. Was there ever a chance Jacksonville was going to go up to New England in January and beat Tom Brady?
You know, Brad, Tom Coughlin has been kryptonite to the Patriots. So, as a lifelong Patriots fan born out in that part of the country, that game scared me. So it was possible, and I was not surprised. If I was a betting man, I would take Jacksonville on the points yesterday, which would have made me a rich man. But I'm not a betting man, at least not any longer. But what it comes down to is Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick find a way. They always do. That offense is the mystique. I think teams get freaked out with penalties. They're cheating, this, that, and the other. So it's one of those things where you look at it, you say to yourself, how does this happen? It's just the Patriot way. It's kind of like Alabama in the championship. Saban and Belichick are the best of pals. They find a way to get it done.
And Tom Brady finished 26 for 38. He threw for 290 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Hand injury coming in, didn't really show in the game.
Yeah, I don't think it was much of a hand injury. I mean, a couple little stitches in your, when you get hurt, whether it's your thumb or finger on a passing hand for a pro quarterback, the only problem is you can't numb a thumb or the finger because you lose the feeling on the football. So it wasn't. And you heard Belichick say, hey, Tom's a tough guy, but then Belichick goes, well, it wasn't like open heart surgery or anything. So, I think Big Dog Mike Carroll's right about the Patriots. It almost becomes a preconceived thing that's going to happen. You could see in Jacksonville, hey, we're ahead. It's the fourth quarter. Yeah, but Brady's got the ball. I don't get a couple of things, though, Dr. Waz. Amendola became very obviously the main target. You got to double him up. And Amendola can beat you. So make him go to the next option to beat you. I'm not in a penalty guy at all, like Mike said very astutely. But that one pass interference call was a killer, and I didn't really think it needed to be called, and that gave him 45 yards right there. You don't need to give Brady those kind of yards. Fournette, I think, is a hammer. I love that guy. And if you notice, he ran a wheel route out of the backfield and up the sideline. And Bortles doesn't get any credit. He played a terrific ball game.
Right.
Bortles threw that ball about 35, 40 yards, right where it needed to be for Fournette. Fournette is not much of a pass catcher, guys. He had to adjust his course and move in a little bit. He catches it. It's plus 40. They go in and score again. So there were a lot of little things. Jacksonville had a great season. They played a great game. It's tough to beat New England in New England. I mean, let's be honest. Why is it called home field advantage? Because you're playing at home. And you don't think the officials know who should win that ball game? They do. They're human. So there were a lot of things.
We'll have more on that later, but you mentioned Blake Bortles. What will be the future for Blake Bortles now in Jacksonville, the team making it all the way to the AFC Championship? Obviously, a lot of talk was, could Blake Bortles get it done when it counts? One of the big reasons why Jacksonville made it to the AFC Championship was because of the plays that Bortles could make with his feet. Yesterday, just -2 yards rushing.
Bortles, what it comes down to, Brad, he's certainly in the AFC wildcard game, he ran wild. His passing was horrible against Buffalo, and I had them getting rolled against Pittsburgh. But he showed up big time against Pittsburgh, threw the ball well. Yesterday, he played one heck of a game. I mean, the guy was spot on. There was nothing he did wrong, and Tom is absolutely correct when he said that on that pass to Fournette, it was almost like Fournette got the alligator arms.
Yeah.
It's really that he was not – Fournette's a tough guy. He's not afraid to get hit or catch the ball, and he beat the linebacker. He had him beat badly, but he just doesn't know how to adjust the route. But you knew as a fan or as a casual observer that when it comes down to Blake Bortles having to lead that team to a touchdown, not a field goal, even when they got inside into Patriots territory, you just knew somehow, some way the Patriots would find a way to get it dhad he thrown got a little more air underneath that ball, Gilmore, who's been, frankly, a disappointment for New England this year, overpaid and underwhelming, made a great play to tip that ball because he was, again, beat. If that ball just had slightly more air, that's 7 points, and the Patriots, Tom Brady has to do another legendary comeback, which would have been difficult.
Tom, anything to add?
Well, and Big Dog's right. I thought Bortles played as well as you could ask a quarterback to play on the road against New England in that situation. First half, he was perfect. I mean, literally perfect. Second half, not bad, better than okay. But I think it was the play calling. They were so effective in their play calling. Jacksonville was in the first half. Second half, I think they got very conservative, didn't take any shots, didn't take any really big plays downfield, and the Patriots realized that. They rolled up tight on Fournette, shut him down, and knew they weren't going to take shots. You got to be aggressive to win a ball game against a great team like the Patriots.